Thank you for allowing this platform to briefly explore the wealth of our services and resources offered by Career and Employment Resources. I am Laura Bethea, and I have two team members joining me in this discussion, Sonya Hayes and Larry Tucker.
Hello.
Hi. Know that our support extends to you as currently enrolled students to meet you where you are along your career journey. Today's topic focuses in on career assessment. And let me see if I can share my PowerPoint here. Let me know when you're able to see on your end. So I am thrilled that we have a moment to talk about career assessment. Are you still able to see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. So career assessment, what does that really mean? When we think about all of the goodness that life has to offer, what does career assessment have to do with it all? So for a brief moment, let's use our imaginations. Let's visualize our dream jobs. Okay, so I want you to follow me at this point. I want you to, for a quick moment, close your eyes right where you are, relax, and sit still in this very moment. Now open your mind to the steps that follow. Visualize yourself in a space. Again, what type of space are you in? Is it in an office? At home? Elsewhere? What sounds? What do you see? What shapes, patterns surround you? Do you feel in this? What do you most at? Now slowly, so right in this moment, as we're sitting in your chat box, and we have the chat box available, add what was brought to mind during this visualization. It could be a couple of words, it could be praise. And as you're doing so, Sonya, Larry, if you can reveal a little bit about your space, where you work, what it looked like for you.
I'm sorry, but the audio, I can hear well. I'm sorry.
It's an echo, so if everyone could just please mute your mics if you're not presenting. Thank you.
Sonya, Larry, could you hear my last statement there?
I did not.
Sonya, did you hear on your end?
I can hear it. You're wanting us to take a moment to just visualize. If we had a moment just to dream, where do we see ourselves? What type of career?
Did you hear anything that I presented earlier?
It was going out. Everything was going out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I think you can do it again if you don't mind.
Yeah,
the mic's being muted
makes
it better.
Okay, let's start over there. Is everyone muted out at this point? Got it. Everyone's muted out. Okay, let's start back from the beginning of our visualization. So visualize yourself working in the space of your dream job. Please close your eyes, relax, and sit still in this moment. Follow me in the following steps. What type of space are you in? An office, open space, at home, or elsewhere? What sounds do you hear? What do you see? What colors, shapes, and patterns surround you? How do you feel in this space, in this moment? What do you look forward to most at this time? How does it feel to be in the space of your dream job? Now slowly open your eyes. In the chat box, if you feel so, please add what was brought to mind during this visualization. It could be a word, a couple of words, a phrase. And as you're doing so, Sonya, Larry, and I can reveal our space. So I'll let Sonya or Larry start at this point.
Okay, I'll go. If it's okay if I share my screen? Is it okay, Laura, if I share my screen? Okay. I'm going to share my screen. And hello, everyone. My screen ready. As you're thinking about where you are with your space, I want you to think about some things. Think about what you're interested in. And the reason why we ask you to close your eyes is because we want you to get out of your head and into your heart. And close your eyes for a minute again, and I want to ask you, think about your interest. And the reason why I'm doing this is because most career counselors believe that the best way to figure out what is the best career for you is to look at your interests, your personality, your values, and your strengths. And wherever they intersect, that's your sweet spot. That is what the perfect career for you. That's your creative intention. That's what you were born to do. This is what you were put on earth to do. So what I want you to do is just think about what your interests are. Think about when you were a child. Give yourself permission to just dream. If money was not an object, what would you do career-wise? What would you do? What did you think about doing as a child? Think about that for a second. Okay, when you get that thought, put it aside. Then let's look at your personality. Think about your unique personality. What's different about you than everyone else? Are you a people person? If you are a people person, what type of occupation, what type of job do you think is aligned with somebody who is a people person? Or maybe you prefer to be alone. Maybe you're an introvert as opposed to being an extrovert. Think about that. What job, what career is appropriate for somebody who is an introvert? Put that thought to the side, and then let's look at your values. Now, values are those things that's most important to you. These are things that are non-negotiable in your life, such as you want to be able to have a career or life helping others. You feel like this is what you were born to do. Or you simply just want to make money. If that's your value, that's most important to you, that's your value. Or working outdoors. You can't stand being confined. You need to find an occupation where you can get outside and be one with nature. Now let's rotate to put that thought to the side, put your values to the side, interests to the side, personality. Now talk about let's think about skills. Skills are those things that thing that you have a knack for, that thing that you do better than anyone else. It is that thing that your mama used to tell you, boy, you good at that. You got the gift of gab. You should be a speaker. Or, you sing like an angel. You should be a singer. Or you know what, you can put things together so well. You know what, you might want to be a mechanic or an engineer. Think about those things. Again, as I said before, most career counselors believe that when you talk about what career is right for me, you start with me, start with yourself. What career is aligned with who you are? They call it career congruency. It's just a fancy way of saying I'm choosing an occupation that is aligned with who I am. Who I am. I want to show you a resource that we use called Focus 2. Focus 2 is a resource that I want to invite every one of you to use to come to Career Lens Lab. We are available virtually to help you navigate this tool. This is one that we use a whole lot with students to help students figure out what is the best career for them. And keeping those things in mind that we just talked about in terms of your values, strengths, interests, and skills, it is in line with those things that we just talked about. So work interests. This is called Focus 2. Focus 2, again, uses a holistic approach. And when you engage in this assessment, assessment takes probably a little bit less than an hour. We'd be glad to work with you one-on-one, again, virtually at careers.waketech.edu. You start with your work interest. And all you simply have to do is it will give you a list under work interests, a list of work activities, such as designing graphic art, images, and illustrations for advertising media. Read each one of those and you will be asked to rank just to what degree would you enjoy doing this? Not at all, slightly, moderately high, or very high. And as you complete or rank each one of these different work activities, you will get an assessment that looks like this. A fellow by the name of John Holland is considered the father of career counseling. John Holland believed there were 6 different types of personalities in the workplace. Enterprising people are the persuaders. These are people who have the gift of gab, they like to talk. Social people are helpers. These people like to help others. Artistic people are very creative. These people who are really good with interest in visual or performing arts. These are your artists, your painters, dancers. Investigative people are people who like to problem solve. These are your investigators, your scientists. Realistic people are people who like to work with their hands. These are your mechanics, your engineers. And conventional people are people who are very orderly, they're very methodical, they make good accountants. John Holland came up with this thing called the Holland Code. It's a 3-letter code. He believed that all of us have a 3-letter code. We all have a dominant code. And notice for me, I'm enterprising. That's my dominant code. But we have a 3-letter code that he called the Holland Code. And at this point, I'm going to pass this over to Sonya to go into further information about choosing the career that's right for you.
Larry, before you leave, will you show how to combine all of the different segments of this assessment? And then Sonya can lead in with the next piece.
Okay. So after you complete your work interest assessment, you go back home. And you notice that after you complete each of the assessments, and it's very easy to do, very worker friendly, you notice you have 100% for each one. You 100% for work interest, 100% personality, 100% for leisure, values, and skills. Then you're ready to look for that sweet spot. You would combine it by clicking on the combine assessments to find your sweet spot. We want to consider each one of those. We're going to click on the work interest, the leisure interest, skills, personality, and values. We will continue, and this is what gives you your sweet spot. Now, this is the way it's presented, but let me show you what happens here. Every one of these is considered a good match. So when you click on the plus sign to open it up, it tells me that training and development manager matches my work interests, my values, my personality, and my skills. So even though it doesn't match all 5, 4 is a good number. So this is how you look at your sweet spot. And it also tells you Wake Tech pays a lot of money for this assessment. It matches with the program that Wake Tech has that will allow you to work toward this occupation. So again, this is called Focus 2.
Focus 2. Thank you for that thorough overview. It's very brief, concise, and that's where we come in and help you actually hone in a little bit further and go deeper into what it all means for you. So now we're going to turn it over, thank you, Larry, to Sonya for a brief overview of Virtual Job Shadow.
Hi, everyone. Of course, my name is Sonya Hayes. I'm a career development specialist here at Wake Tech. And as you see, just from what has already been shared with you, career counselors usually have a lot of tools in our toolbox. We have a lot of different resources, a lot of different things that we do with students. And we start with that visualization process. From there, we start to do the assessments. Focus 2, of course, has already been shared with you. But one of my favorites that I'm about to show you is Virtual Job Shadow. Virtual Job Shadow is a tool that we use that actually goes into showing you career profile videos. So when I'm with the student or when any of us are with the student and we start to identify that they're a visual learner, that they're one who would probably do better by actually seeing a career video of someone who's working in the industry, being interviewed, talking about the pros and cons of the job, we go into utilizing an assessment called Virtual Job Shadow. So I'm going to share my screen with you so you can actually see Virtual Job Shadow and follow along with me and see that it also has a career assessment built into it. But I want to make sure you see at least half of one of the cool videos that's also a part of what you receive and what you can review in this particular assessment. So with this, I'm going to quickly share my screen. Now, one thing I do want to share with you all about Virtual Job Shadow is you do need to create an account in order to use this particular tool. Just as Focus 2, as Larry pointed out, there is an account that goes with Focus 2. Virtual Job Shadow does the same because these assessments are allowing students to actually save their results. So they can put their favorites. They can go back and look at different things later. So Focus 2 and Virtual Job Shadow, of course, do require these account setups. But once you're in, it's a lot of information that you can explore. So let me know if you all can see my screen here. I want to make sure you can see it. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So here we are. This is what Virtual Job Shadow looks like. So as you see, this is my own personal account because it's welcoming me back to the screen. And it will be the same once you've created an account. That student would see their name here because this is their actual Virtual Job Shadow account. One of the things that it does, as I shared, you have another assessment built here. So if you'll follow me here, I'm going to go over to the word tools. There's a drop down where the assessments are. From here, individuals are able to create their own profile once again, just as Focus 2 does, and I'm going to click on it so you all have the opportunity to see it for what it is. It presents to us what we call career clusters. Career clusters go into specific types of career fields, and we can talk a little bit about more of those things with students one-on-one. But what it does, the same as Focus 2, it presents questions to you. It does it in more of a simplistic format because, again, we're talking about our visual learners usually when we look at Virtual Job Shadow. This is one of the questions that it asks. Learning how living things grow and stay alive. If that's something that's interesting to you, you would, of course, click here. I definitely like that. But if you're thinking, oh gosh, I hate it, I don't want to do anything with plants, that's not who I am, that person could either click dislike or definitely dislike. So as you see, there's the Likert scale represented by these emojis, where you can click on your response to show and express how you feel about that particular work activity statement. So from there of course are a series of questions where you start the assessment and it starts to track. But what I'm going to do for the sake of time is go back and actually show you my results. So I'm going to go here so you can see the results for what they are. I have gone through completing the different assessments and the questions here. And look at what is one of the first career clusters that shows up for me, human services. So by me being a career counselor, more than likely I chose the appropriate field, but it starts to show you based upon scores. If a person scores between 30 and 19, that's a very high range, means that's a strong interest. It's an average range if it's 18 to 9, and if their score is below 8, going down to 0, more than likely they're not going to find a lot of satisfaction in that job. So of course from here it explains what human services career cluster is, and as I shared with you, the cool part about virtual job shadow is that it actually shows you careers that are aligned with this particular field. So individuals whose score, such as myself, was in human services, they're able to then click on one of these and watch an actual video. So with that, I will show you all a quick video, just a snippet, so you all can see for yourselves what these videos are all about. So I'm going to quickly go in just to make sure that the audio is on so you can also hear as we go through watching this video. I'm hoping it has popped up for you all again. Okay, so we're going to quickly go through, say there's someone who wants to be an athletic trainer or a basketball trainer. So we're going to go here and we're going to actually take a look quickly at one of these videos. And it does have a closed caption feature that we want to make sure it actually goes, of course, to English, or it can also be put into Spanish as well, based upon who we're serving at the time.
Good. My name's Andre Smith. I do basketball trainings, semi-private, and I help basketball players reach their highest potential. Boom, that's it, perfect. Perfect. The ultimate goal is to get every player I train to play at their highest performance ability. I get kids that's never played basketball before, some that are high school stars, some that college and they're looking to be professionals. But first, I have to do an evaluation.
Now, for the sake of time, as I said, I won't show the entire video, but you see how cool that is? If you have a person in front of you who's saying, well, I think I would do better if I could actually see this career for what it is. If I could hear from a person who's doing the job, virtual job shadow actually goes into giving students the opportunity to explore through these videos. So as I said, this is one of my favorite tools because I'm definitely a visual learner. So it's one of those awesome tools that can be used with students in order to get them to explore outside of the wall. So we use our imagination and we watch these videos and we pretend as if we know these people. We get to know exactly what they do, how they do it, and the pros and cons about the job. So I'm going to actually pass it over to Laura now so she can share one of the other awesome tools that we have in our toolbox as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that insightful overview, Sonya. And I have a good minute to share with you. And thank you for staying on board. Career Coach. Career Coach is one of our infamous tools that focuses on our reality. So reality of where we are, real-time data, looking at the triangle area and beyond, but it gives us a real approach to life right here where we are. So let me know if you've seen the screen. Can you see the screen at this point?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. So for another minute, we do have with Career Coach, it is posted throughout Wake Tech's website. So you will see this emblem at the top left almost everywhere you go with different career programs on the main page. It's everywhere. So with this being said, there is a career assessment that you can take. There is a quick start, 6 questions, and a detailed assessment. Now, which is the more thorough assessment, you ask? Definitely the 60 questions. We urge you to take that 60 question assessment. And then what it does, it goes into a variety of areas within the 16 career clusters, as you will see here, anywhere from agriculture to arts to business, on through manufacturing, science, transportation. So this will align not only with careers, but also with programs here at Wake Tech. So for example, if I click here, the different areas of agriculture and decide environmental science is my area, I can actually view a career in this area, gain the salary information, the number of jobs open in our area. So we're looking at the triangle area and the available programs we have here at Wake Tech. So what an invaluable process to link all of this information to the programs that we have here. In addition to that, we can see the tasks that are involved in this career, the educational attainment in this area. We can look at the skills that employers are asking for these careers. And then this is the question everyone wants to know. How much do they make, right? So we can see here at the lowest 10% where students may start, and usually it's below, well below this line here, but we can see a trajectory of the lifespan of their salary over time. So this is one of those questions we get on a daily basis. And then the next, who would hire me for these positions? We can see what the employment trends are like here. So over the past couple of years, over 200 companies have posted over 700 jobs for environmental engineers. Then we can go directly to Indeed.com and see what some of those job postings are. So real-time data, local information connected to Wake Tech programs and resources. How much more can we ask for, right? So I have come now to the end of our journey here with career assessments. It's a long journey, it's an extended journey, and it's a process. So knowing that we guide you every step of the way, regardless of what tool is involved, we're here to support you. At this time, I want to bring to the table any questions that you may have right at this moment, and recognize that our team extends beyond the three of us that you see here. We do have our Dean, Lynn Capsack, on board with us, but we have a team of career specialists, of employer relations individuals who help with not only connecting students with employment, but with steps in internships, with part-time and full-time employment, and the gamut. So know that we are an extended team, and it's all about alignment of career exploration tools and resources to the specialty services that we serve. So at this time, I will bring to the table, if there are any questions, we're here to support you at this moment. No questions. So what we'll do, we'll stay on the line a little bit longer, and there may be some private messages that come in. And let me post here a great question on our information here. And let me place in the box here, if you can see the PowerPoint that will appear here. I'm going to leave the last slide up for your view. Everything that we've covered here is available on our website, careers.waketech.edu, careers.waketech.edu. Thank you, Larry. And you want to know more and gain more information about the Big Five that were discussed by Larry, we have our bookings link there. Everyone is familiar with bookings and how to set an appointment. So know that you can set an appointment with our staff in order to explore more. So we have bookings. If someone could place that bookings link into the chat box, that would be great.
And Laura, I do have one question.
Yes.
And this is about the virtual job shadowing. Does that lend itself for the student actually communicating with the person? Or is it just like a video thing?
There are several videos, and once we go back in with the student, you will see there are several questions being asked. So what is your work environment? How did you get into the field? what steps did you take to get there? So there are tons of questions associated with each video, but you will not have a direct contact with this person. We have other tools that will support that effort for local and statewide contacts for different careers. So we have different tools that we use for that. Great question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? And remember, you can always reach us as needed. If you are a professional and you have a question regarding a student, need to connect to a student, Michael Ewer has all the techniques because he does it quite often. So make sure you link. You can introduce your students to us via your referral. We're happy to assist them where they are. So thank you so much, and we appreciate your time today.
And thank you. And anyone that likes to stay on, like Laura said, it will still be open until 1. Thank you.